If they're anything like my husband, they just keep talking. He loves his radio. Okay, I'm gonna take a... Come on over here and give us a tour. How's that sound? Would that be a good start? Would that make it easier?
Most of the real people over here, Christians.
Let me see.
Y'all call this the Chow Hall?
We call this the Chow Hall, and this is where so many local farmers and people from the community have just dropped off so many supplies that we have an overabundance right now. More than enough to feed the people that are heading in from...
Are there any supplies that you need at all?
I would have to check with the higher ups on that, but not as far as food at this point. And I think that the supplies we might need might be other types of supplies. So.
Would you like to give us your name and introduce yourself?
Rhonda.
Rhonda?
And I got fired for 22 years here in Oregon and all over the western U.S. And I was a contractor for the BLM and Forest Service. So I've seen a lot of the abuses and the way that they treat the ranchers and the way that they treat the homeowners with very little to no regard for what their wishes are and what happens on their own land. And I've seen the amount of money wasted by the government, and I've seen, I don't think there's 1 year that's gone by where I have not heard a Forest Service or BLM employee chuckle and laugh about job security once a fire takes off. So that's kind of the mood out there.
I guess that's it.
I've seen a lot of that, and I have 6 children that I really love, and I don't feel that it's right for us to put that in our children's laps. I mean, how are they going to know how to deal with it when we are not even sure how to deal with it?
Right.
We can't do that to them, because this is just going to get worse the longer we leave it be. People need to get the government back under their control instead of the other way around.
So did you come down when you heard the call go out, or did you, were you around before then?
I've been watching it on the internet very closely, and I was thinking about coming out here, but when I saw the amount of disinformation, that the government was putting out, I think that's what finally quenched it for me, because I was finding out that a lot of the news articles they were putting out were false, and I was finding out that they've been doing things like following people to their homes and trying to intimidate them, saying that they were with the militia. And I saw this disinformation that the government was putting out, and I just didn't feel that it was right. I wanted people to know that if I'm brave enough to come out here and I felt totally safe here with these people. I don't feel safe about the government being out there, but I feel totally safe with these good people in here. And if anyone out there believes in God, you need to know that after briefing, all these guys got down on their knees and prayed to God. Not one person was standing. And that's...
Let's go over into the other side. Maybe we'll cut down a little bit on the background noise. What do you think?
The monster. That direction.
I really appreciate you taking some time with me.
You're welcome.
This is so important, and we're trying so hard to get your story out and the story of everybody in here, compared to what's already out there.
Yeah. Exactly. I think though that most people are not really keen enough to detect all of that. It takes a lot of research to dig into each one of those and find out if it's real. It takes a lot of time. So most people don't have the time to do that kind of research and find out that the government's putting up all these false flag type things trying to make the people of Burns think that it's us. And that is absolutely not true. In fact, last night we had a bonfire with everybody, and there were press people there with cameras too, and there were people from the community that came to have well, they offered us a beer, but we didn't take one. But they came to just hang out with us and enjoy the company and see what's
So you don't have any alcohol left? That's
I mean, the community members may come and bring some to have while they're here or whatever, that's fine, but we're
not
trying-
like a big party going on out here then.
No. Well, you know, it actually kind of is, but there's just no drugs and alcohol. There's bonfires and guitars and singing, and there's a lot of people praying, and a lot of people fighting for you out there who are seeing this right now. No, just like I know that at any moment the government could come in and land with helicopters and just completely just take us all out and write the narrative later. And I have 6 children, and I'm risking that. So please, if anybody hears this, please come fight for your country. Don't put this in your kids' laps.
How long have you been here?
I've only been here 1 day, but I'm gonna come back.
Did you stay on site last night?
Yeah, they were really nice. They gave me a bed and a room and everything. I was gonna sleep in fire hall with the other guys, but they wanted to baby me because I'm a girl. But there's a lot of really good people here from as far away as North Carolina even that I met, and so I'm just hoping more brave people will show up and help us and be here. And I don't think there's one person here that doesn't feel like he was called by God to come here and stand up for Americans' rights to not be bullied by the federal government, to not have their homes taken away, their ranches taken away. I mean, if you think about it, people out there, think about your life. Is there any area of your life that the government is not involved in? Think about that for a minute.
I totally understand what you're saying. And even if I don't always comment, I'm letting everybody else absorb it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because the more, I look into different issues, the more I'm seeing. And I thought I knew a lot. I learned that I didn't know that much. Yes.
And another thing I would like to mention is that the media in America has a complete blackout on what's going on in Iceland. Do you know what's going on in Iceland?
No, tell me.
The people have taken over the government and they have killed a bunch of their leaders, kicked them out, put all new leaders in, and they're writing a new constitution for their country. And you don't know that because the American government is keeping this from you and every one of us because they don't want us to get the idea that that could happen here. They don't want us to get hope. They don't want us to see what's going on over there. They wrote a whole new constitution for their land over there. The good people that took over and ousted all the government people that were bullying everyone. So the U.S. government is blocking that from American media right now because they don't want us to think that
If I'm
we
not
can do that.
mistaken, the economy in Iceland is booming.
Definitely. And it's probably because of that. I think a lot of people are getting more hope. It gives them hope that they were able to go in, take out the bad guys, put all new good people in, make good rules. But I guarantee you won't see it anywhere on the American media. And this should wake you up, people. There's a total blackout on Iceland. And there's a reason why.
So, do you see an end to what's happening here anytime soon?
Well, considering that there are patriots coming over from all over the U.S. right now, headed here, I believe it's going to get bigger. And I think what everybody here is hoping for is that the people that they have taken into jail wrongfully, with double jeopardy and all that, they need to let those people free. And if they do that, And if they give this land back to the original, try to locate the original owners and the original, like some of them were Indian land reservations that were even taken after they were given to the Indians. These ranchers need their land back, and we need to find those people that have been pushed out of here and give them their land back. And we need to get the federal government to realize they work for us, and that's not the other way around. And I just see too many people who work for the federal government getting a bully attitude, and they don't have to care because they have so much power. I have seen, the reason why I'm here also is because after fighting fire for 22 years and seeing how the Forest Service handles fires and realizing that they put those guys in jail for a second time for a little 140-acre burn that was an accident. And I work with BLM people and Forest Service people that they do that all the time and then joke about it being job security. And then they're going to put us in jail. The rules for them and the rules for us are so different, so far apart, and they should be the same. If we have to go by something, the government people should too. And I got sick of seeing all of that going down, and the ranchers and homeowners being treated terribly by these bullies, you know? So, I just want people to just stand up and be strong, you know? If I'm a mother of 6 and I have a lot to lose, one of these people, one of the leaders, just Blaine Cooper, just had his kids taken away by Child Protective Services, where they were at with the family members at home or whatever. While they were here, they went and took their kids.
You think maybe we could find him and get him to talk to us a little bit?
Possibly. I'm leaving, but I'll try to get you in contact with someone. I know he had some meetings and stuff he was going to, so
okay.
We can try and track him down. But yeah, he had his kids taken, and they were devastated last night. They were crying.
Have they been returned?
No.
Really?
They headed back to Arizona, where they're from, and because they wanted to, find out what's wrong with their kids after they found out they got taken. And then when they were almost there, I guess they found out that they had brought them here. So I don't know where, or brought them somewhere else, took them somewhere else. So they're trying to find out where the kids are right now. And, there are a couple other people that have been jailed, either rightfully or wrongfully, I don't know. But they're...
Yeah, we heard about the gentleman in town with the truck at Safeway. Mm-hmm. Heard about that one. And then we heard about Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
And I hadn't heard about any others, though. Had you?
I think there were one guy, they arrested him for something with his shotgun, or not his shotgun, his gun not being registered, or I can't remember what it was,
really?
Something like that. So, what I would say to people who want to come out here is don't bring your children, because they will see that as a reason to take them away. Keep them at home with someone safe. You can bring your military gear, but don't wear it in town, because we don't want to scare the locals. And bring your long guns, but don't wear those in town if at all possible. And just try to be in town as friendly and nice to people as you can, because there's government people out there dressing up like cowboys, trying to act like idiots and give us a bad name.
Have you been in town to talk to anybody?
Yeah, when I came through, I stopped at Safeway and I saw that thing going on with the truck. And while I was in there, I had a couple of ladies ask me, "Oh, are you with the militia?" Because they saw my gun. And I wasn't sure if I should say yes or no. And they said, "Well, thank you if you are." And so they were really nice, and thank you for being here. But
yeah, I've talked to several people, and it seems to be kind of split. I think the tide is turning towards everybody out here, but there are certain incidents that will happen that will maybe back it up.
Yeah. and some of those incidents are actually not even us, which is sadly to say that the government's disinformation is working on a lot of people out there. And so I would really encourage people to really dig into these stories and make sure that they're not just listening to another lie the government's putting out there.
Well, that's why we're trying to help. We're trying to get the truth out. Not too many people inside have been able to get their story out.
Yeah, there's kind of a block, but if people will,
I think they're having a party.
I know. If people will post this on YouTube, and get the word out there to everybody, it'll help. And if more people come, the more of you that come here, I think the safer we'll actually be, because we'll have more cameras going, and it'll be less likely that they'll just come in here with helicopters and shoot us all, or take us out with a drone strike and then write the narrative later kind of thing. Because there's going to be live cameras, live footage going on to prove that what's really going on here. We're not a bunch of radicals. These people were they praise God and they're good people just trying to fight for not their rights only, but everybody's rights in America right now. So we need help. We need you. We need help, or it's not going to work.
We'll see what kind of word we can get out for you.
Yeah, and I would also say to those of you who are out there that just want to get your guns and camo and come play soldier, this is not the place for you. This is not a game out here. We don't really want any Timothy McVeigh crazy types out here, okay? We don't want anybody who's, likely gonna, pop up and say things or do the wrong thing. I love the group we have here. They're all level-headed, calm people, good people, and they're not gonna just do a knee-jerk reaction to anything, And a lot of this disinformation, they've been trying to get these guys to do some kind of knee-jerk reaction. And they've stood solid and they're just standing firm. And none of these people will shoot anybody unless fired upon. And that is one very important thing I want everybody out there to remember. They will not fire unless fired upon. We are only here to stand up for the American people. And that's it.
That's awesome. You are so good.
Thank you.
You really are, and you don't know how much people are appreciating the fact that you all are here. Maybe not 100% yet, but we're trying to, like I say, get the word out from inside.
Yeah.
Instead of the outside looking at it.
Yeah. I understand their situation because I was sitting on the computer looking at all this stuff and going, what's really going on out there? And I just thought, I'm going to go out there and find out for myself. And I was scared coming here. I was scared driving up. My hands were sweaty. I was just really fearful that coming into this unknown situation where the government could shoot us or whatever. And I don't even know these people here that I'm coming to meet. But once I got here and I knew they were there,
I was out here yesterday and I was, talking to a few people, and I have to tell you, I feel safer out here than I do in town.
You actually are, because in town you're not surrounded by people with guns that would die to save your life. In town you're just surrounded with normal citizens. Out here,
well, not just that. There's a lot of federal authorities and county authorities and militia that you don't know what they're doing necessarily.
Yeah. So I say, if you want to come out here, don't bring your kids. Bring your camel gear, but don't wear it in town. We don't want to intimidate anybody. We're trying to keep the townspeople happy by helping them repair things and stuff. And any of the townspeople or anybody is welcome to come out here and have a bonfire and kick back with us and talk with us and see see what's really going on out here and meet some of these people.
Oh, cool. Did I hear you say you're getting ready to leave?
Yeah.
Can I hitch a ride to the front gate in a minute?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to talk to Jimmy first if I can find him.
Okay, sure.
He wanted to ask everybody for New Testaments. So that's one thing that he said that he knew that they needed here was some more Bibles.
He brought me one. I have it right here.
Oh, how cool.
What? I mean, almost everybody here has Bibles already anyways, but but you know what? This is kind of a keepsake for the moment, for the time, so.
Well, if they need more for people that are coming in, anybody that didn't happen to bring theirs,
Yeah.
you know, that's something we can do is ask everybody for, you know, if
Yeah.
anything like that, we can just have them send it down.
Yeah. And I thank all the people in town who've been bringing us all these blankets and pillows and jackets and books and games and food of every kind. They're just totally spoiling us, and it's just really awesome.
That's cool. It's very cool.
All right, cool. Yeah, you wanna
You
get
see-
somebody else?
Do you see him around over there?
Blaze actually worked with one of
How about
Pickup truck that can run to HQ to pick up some donations and bring them back, please? Thank you very much. Oh, no, it's you. Hey, Joe, I appreciate it.
And you know what else?
you're going up to get it? Yeah, okay.
When they came